Everyone knows that dogs' noses are amazing. But do you know just how amazing they are? Here are some fun facts. The dark part of your dog's nose is called a leather. And everyone is unique. They're like human fingerprints, as in no two noses are the same. The end of your dog's nose is always cold and wet because that moisture traps scent molecules that are then taken up by the nose and filtered up through the nose by tiny hairs called cilia. Dogs have what is known as a Jacobson's organ, also known as a vomeronasal plate. And humans don't have this, but it's located on the roof of the mouth just behind the incisors. And it's an important organ for dogs because it detects pheromones. And pheromones are chemical messages that are present in secretions. And it's the reason why dogs, yes, they might greet each other face to face, but then they go and sniff each other's behinds because that's where a lot of the dog's scent signature is located. And these pheromones contain information about male or female, sexual availability, and emotional state. If you look at your dog's nostrils, you'll see that they're kind of like human nostrils, but they also have slits at the side. They're called nares. And this makes sniffing very efficient. So when a dog sniffs, it takes up the air and the scent into the nose, but when it breathes out, it gets rid of the air that it doesn't need, but at the same time, it's also sniffing. So dogs can sniff in and out 7 times a second. Don't you try and do that, because if you do, you're going to hyperventilate. How many scent receptors do you think dogs have? Well, we humans have around 6 million. Dogs have an average of 220 to 1 billion scent receptors. It is said that if you took a drop of human sweat and you put it into like a cubic meter of air, a person would smell it, and so would a dog. But you take that drop of human sweat and you put it in an Olympic-sized swimming pool, your dog will be able to smell it. Now that is incredible. Smell is the one sense that bypasses all other areas of the brain and goes straight to the amygdala for processing. The amygdala is the brain's emotional center. Humans have it too. And in a way, if you want to understand this, think about smelling a smell that evokes a memory for you. It could be a good memory or a bad memory. So for me, I think of the smell, whenever I smell, it's been a hot day and it suddenly rains, that smell of rain on hot tarmac reminds me of where I grew up in Wimbledon, especially during the Wimbledon tennis fortnight. So smell evokes memories. It does in people and it does in dogs. And now the big one. Your dog can tell time. Why? Well, maybe not in the way humans can, but when a dog smells something in the air, they're smelling the future. They're smelling what's to come. When they smell something on the ground, they're smelling what was there. And the air moves very differently in your house throughout the day. During the day, air rises up the walls to the ceiling, and at night, it comes back down to the ground. Air conditioning and heaters obviously can disrupt that, but in general, dogs might be able to tell the time of day just by where the air is placed in the house. Now you know a bit more about your dog's nose. Hopefully you see the importance of allowing them to go sniff when on a walk. If you have a dog that just keeps sniffing and you can't walk anywhere, well, try sharing the walk. That means for the first 20 minutes they're allowed to sniff, and then you say, hey, it's my turn now, we're going to go for a walk. If you want to find out more information about your dog's sense of smell, and you want to teach your dog how to go sniff on cue, which is great for dogs that feel maybe a little bit overwhelmed outside or that like to lunge at other dogs on the leash, for example, take our Go Sniff course at positively.com. You can find out so much more, and you can actually teach your dog to go sniff on cue.